Nothing but fireworks.
You feel this could be the biggest fight made in the sport today?
It is the biggest fight. No doubt.
No doubt about it.
No doubt.
Leonard, as a guy who's been on you've been in the negotiating room, made so many big fights. When you kind of look at a fight like this, do you think it'll have at least a little bit of bearing on like a Spence versus Crawford? Just because maybe they'll see it and they'll be like, all right, those guys were on like two different sides of the street, both extremely big names, both undefeated. We should just make this happen. You think it could probably push that forward a little bit?
Well, you just never know. I mean, because people don't really have all the details on what happens in negotiations, and you hear one side, and then a lot of times like the way we get out, we don't do things publicly because you never can get anything done that way. So it just depends. I think each situation is different. This is the biggest fight by far in all of the entire sport, and I'm just really, really glad for the fans. They'll get a chance to say, see two young undefeated guys come together. It's gonna be a great fight.
When guys do stuff publicly, is that sign that they don't really want to fight?
A lot of times, my man, that's exactly what it be. That's exactly what it be, because you got guys out there who, like, imagine this: you trying to do a deal with somebody, right? But then you fucking openly criticizing that side. And the guy who's at the top, so just think about it. But a lot of times, what it comes down to is the fighters. The fighters. These two fighters were very, very adamant that they wanted to get this done. For quite some time. A couple years ago, we tried to make it, and they said they had other plans for him at that particular time. And Ryan has always been very adamant about it, and Tank as well. So this is what happens when you got two guys that really, really want to do something.
So do you think this fight is bigger now than it was a few years ago? Do you guys try to make the fight?
Yes. Do you view this as a 50-50 fight, or do you think Tank is just going to roll him over?
Tank's going to roll him over. But I take nothing away from Ryan Garcia, because I think he's a very good fighter. He's a very, very good fighter, but it's levels and stuff. It's like what's going to happen when he comes in the tunnel that night, and it's going to be a lot of fans there, and then it's like, damn, I'm fighting Tank Davis. You know what I mean? It's like, what's going to happen when the first time you get hit with a big shot that he don't see? You know what I mean? And it's like, what happens when you hit the other guy with a good shot and he just smile at you? You know what I mean? It's a lot of questions will be answered, in this fight. And again, it's going to be number fireworks.
On paper at least, would you say Ryan is going to be Gervonta's toughest test on paper?
Paper, and I think he's going to be the best fighter that Ryan Garcia can fight his ass off. But he's just not a better fighter than Tank Davis.
Ryan's been mentioning like the rehydration clause and complaining about it already. Do you think that's sort of an excuse, or what do you read into?
Man, we don't pay no attention to, we don't discuss details of what's in deals, and you don't pay those kind of things no attention. It's like, because if you want to fight, you want to fight. If you don't want to fight, you don't want to fight.
Yeah.
He wanted this fight to take place at a higher weight. Okay, that didn't happen. Okay, so why are you making a demand for something like? You see what I'm saying? You can go back and forth with that, but at the end of the day, the most important thing, the fight got done.
Okay. Were you confident this fight would get done? Like, were you surprised that it finally got announced?
I always was very confident that it would get done. It was just a matter of the timing. The timing, and when you got two guys who really, really want to do something, figure it out.
Yeah. How exciting is it for you, seeing that you brought Tank up pretty much from nothing now to this stage at this grand level? How exciting as a promoter is this for you?
I'm just really excited, to be part of a historic event. Obviously we've had a lot of success, working with Tank. He's done his part in the ring, and we've done our part as promoters. So it's a wonderful thing, and he knows what we bring to the table. He's a tremendous fighter, and he knows that we're going to, balls to walls when it comes to making. I've been telling everybody from day one what I've been telling y'all. I've been telling y'all from day one. Didn't I say Gervonta Davis is going to be one of the biggest stars in the entire sport? Not, I ain't saying, you know, by name, but a lot of people, y'all looked at me like I was crazy. Like, told y'all. I mean, and it's just, and it's, you know, this is a perfect example of when you're in the prime of your career and you have a platform like this to be able to go out there and showcase your skills in a mega fight. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm just excited to be part of an historic event.
So Tank is still with Mayweather Promotions?
No, he's not.
I was gonna actually touch on that. If it kind of cool to like kind of smile at, I guess, quote unquote haters when, you know, Gervonta's contract ran up and then everybody's kind of floating around the idea, he isn't gonna mention Mayweather Promotions anymore. Now the biggest fight of his career, and you're standing right beside him. Is it kind of smooth, like look those guys and say, shut the hell up?
Yeah, our work speaks for itself. You know, yeah, we're just excited because at the end of the day, you know, contracts don't define what relationships are. You know, shit. We ain't had a contract with Rolly since 2019.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, since 2019, but got a working relationship.
It shows a beautiful relationship that Tank has with you for the simple fact, in the middle of the fight, he was asking, where is Leonard? You know what I mean?
That's my guy, and people know how I get down. It's like, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. And that's, you know, a lifetime thing. 'Cause I'm loyal to whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm in. And I'm very passionate when it comes to boxing. You know, and it's like people know, it's like from my young guys, it's like if you ever been to you've been to our fights, I be jumping up and down the same way, show the same kind of emotion, because you know we're very passionate about this. And I think somebody can touch on that. Somebody had asked me a question like, what was probably like your proudest moment like as a promoter? I said, watching Ishe Smith win his world title. I mean, you could just see the emotion in the ring from him to Floyd to me. Like that's what it's all about. And it's like, it's not the level of star you are. If you have a relationship and you give it your all, you know, in any situation that you work with. And we're very passionate, you know, about this. That's why when people, you know, they were saying and making jokes about somebody's contract expiring, and we don't pay those kind of things, because when you go out there and you do a great job, you know, people respect you. You know, it's like, it is what it is, and we're always, you know, the mindset that, you know, again, it's like when you have good relationships with people, this is what it's all about.
And speaking of being